Welcome back to Out with the New, In with the Old. Um, Today, we're going to have another maintenance series. Uh, you're probably wondering why I got the bike jacked up. Well, in all honesty, all I'm doing is cleaning it, and I like to have it jacked up. I can spin the wheels and clean them real nice. But I thought this was a good opportunity to show you something on changing tires. When I bought this bike, I bought it from a 76-year-old man, and he had just had the tires changed, and he gave me all the receipts. So let's go over that. Let's see if I can focus in on this order. It's going to be hard to do this, but let's look here. Inner tube 35 for the front tire 175, rear tire 255. I want you to remember that 175 for the front, 255 for the rear. We're looking at 4.25 for the tires. Okay. Then they charge $139 labor to replace the front. And it looks like $139 to do the rear. Okay, so we got $270, $425, 5, 6, 7, basically $700, and that does not include valve stems and all that. But I'm just going to say tires for now. Make it easy, and I can't hardly hold this thing over that. Okay, $700. These are Dunlop Harley-Davidson tires, which is what most guys get. I mean, a lot of guys. I myself would get Michelin's, but hey, they're brand new tires. I'm wearing them out. Anyway, okay, $700. I can buy these tires online, the exact tire, $214 for both of them. That's a $500 savings. Okay, now, $500 savings. These two jacks under here, these are Weaver scissors jacks. I like using two jacks instead of one motorcycle jack. I like the versatility of it. I can jack the front if I want. I can jack the back if I want. Or I can jack the whole motorcycle up if I want. So the price of these Weaver scissors jacks, the first one was $54. I wanted to see how good it was, and when I got it, I really liked it, and I ordered another, and since I ordered another, I was a preferred customer and got the second one for $42. Okay, so we're into the jacks, less than $100, and a motorcycle jack at Harbor Freight, which is about the best deal you're going to get. It's 109, 106. I have one of those also, but I wanted to try this, and I love it. I absolutely love it. The bike's super solid, stable. You see an orange thing under there. That's for these bikes, they got a kind of asymmetrical frame design underneath, and I bought the little blocks. You don't have to do that. You can use 2x4s. That's what I was using, but I wanted to get fancy, and I bought those. Anyway, okay, so I'm into those for 90s, let's say $100 for the jacks. I've had this for years. These are my tire spoons. This and this and this. You set these on jack stands. You take your wheel and you put it in here. You put these into your side bearings. Put it on, set it on your jack stands, and you spin that wheel very slowly. Actually, you don't spin it. You just like hold it and let go of it. And it's called static balancing. And if you take your time and do it that way, the wheel will be balanced better than any computer can balance it. It takes time. You'll spend a while doing it, but it's kind of fun, and you'll get it to where it won't drop anymore. Like, because if it drops, that means there's extra weight down there. You need to weigh the opposite end. Okay, I've got weights here. I've got other weights than that. Other than that, my friend that I let borrow this returned it with the box. I didn't have that wooden box. He made me this nice wooden box. So I got the wooden box for free just for being a nice guy and loaning out my tools, which I don't normally do, but the guy I loaned it to is a very close friend. And that's the way he returned it. Okay, so all that stuff there. Oh, that static balancing kit. I think that might have been $50, $60. So the jacks and that's 160. Okay, the tires, 214, 215. Let's say 220. I like round numbers here. 160, 220. We're in 380, and I'm changing the tires myself. And the good part is I can change them myself for the rest of my life because I've got the tools to do it. And I'll tell you, I'm not even a Harley guy. I've owned 42 motorcycles, and 4 of them have been Harleys. I do like them, but I'm not like one of those guys that, Harley this, Harley that. There are certain models I like. This is actually the 3rd Super Glide I've owned. I like Super Glides. To me, they handle nice. They ride nice. They're a little lighter than the big ones, like the Road Kings and stuff, yet have the same engine, so they accelerate better. They're just kind of fun bikes to ride for me. I like them. That's a matter of, preference. But anyway, what I'm getting at here is saving money on maintenance. And I'm just trying to show everybody how easy it can be. Hope I'm in the camera. The guy I bought this from, 76 years old. He had a whole lot of work done to this bike. It only had 8,920 miles on it. And he thought he was going to ride again. He was 76. He had arthritis. And when he got home, he said, I just don't think I can do it anymore. And it's a shame because he spent $2,427 on the bike. He bought the bike when it was 2 years old with 3,000 miles on it from a Harley dealer. And he owned it himself for 16 years. It's a 2008, so it's a relatively old motorcycle. I mean, it's just about 19 years old. But he had the brake fluid flush, new battery. They charge him $140 to replace the battery. Just about anybody can replace a battery in maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes. It's pretty easy on one of these. In fact, mostly everything on these bikes, general maintenance, is fairly simple and easy. And I'll tell you something else about these bikes. A lot of the maintenance is in the owner's manual. They give you torque specs and everything else on changing all the oils. And it's like an old school owner's manual. It's really neat. Harley was outdoing themselves back then as far as that stuff went. All kinds of specs, I did buy, I had the book for the older Super Glides, the pre-2005, and I bought the new, hang on one second. Climber's book, which I found on eBay for, I think, $54. These aren't crappy manuals. These are really good manuals. And you can tell just by how thick it is. You can do anything to this bike. You can rebuild it with this manual from top to bottom and front to back. It's a very, very good manual. And it's on the dyno models, 2006 to 2011. Again, they stopped making these. And, the funny thing is you can still find them relatively cheap. I bought this one pretty cheap. When I got it, it had 8,933 miles on it. And because when I called him, I said, "How's the tires on it?" He goes, "Well, they got 13 miles on them." He goes, "I just had them put on, and I've decided I'm just not riding anymore." I think it kind of broke his heart, but he was 76, pretty wealthy guy, and that I like that too, because people like that tend to not let anything go. Hence the $2,400 let's get it ready to ride thing. I mean, he spent a lot of money, and if he'd done it himself, he probably would have saved $2,000. I mean, the battery, $60, the tires, 200. The brake flush you can do yourself. You get a kit from Harbor Freight. You can actually vacuum the fluid out and make sure you're keeping the master cylinder full until you get all new fluid in it. These are things you can do yourself, and you can get one of those bleed kits. I think $30. Uh, but 76 years old, I kind of get it. He just probably didn't want to do it. May have not been able to bend over so much. He said he had the arthritis was so bad he was worried about his knees and holding the bike up. And he wasn't a little guy, but he just arthritis. Uh, I've stayed in touch with him a little because his granddaughter, her feelings were a little hurt when he was selling it. So I've sent a couple pictures after I cleaned it up because it sat in his garage for 2 years. It got pretty dirty. And I said, "Hey, to let your granddaughter know that I got the bike all cleaned up, and so I'm going to take care of it." And I think that, he was real happy about that. He made sure he showed her the pictures. So it's nice when you do a deal like that, and, it's all, everybody's happy. And I felt a little bad about the granddaughter because she came out and she was, she was kind of sad. She even said there was a stuffed animal that went with the bike. And my wife said, "No, you keep your stuffed animal. That's how you remember the bike." And, anyway, try not to get off on us. The gist of this video is doing your own maintenance, and I'm just trying to show you just how much I can save. And changing tires on one of these is fairly simple if you have the tools. I will admit, getting the back wheel lined up in the belt at the right tension, for me, it's a little headache. The last time I did one, it took me about 3 tries to have it all in the right spot and aligned, because Harleys don't have marks like Japanese bikes do, where you just basically make sure it's even on the marks on each side, and they don't have that on these. So you got to kind of get a little ruler and do it, and mark something where you can go off of. And it's kind of a pain in the butt, but I guess they didn't want to put any indentations in their swing arm, so it didn't, because it wouldn't look pretty or something. But anyway, it's doable. It's not. It just, you got to kind of take your time with it, and it's satisfying when you get it done. And I mean, if you already got the tools, you're saving $500, $600. That's a lot of money. You buy a bike like this for $5,000, $6,000, and if you spend $700 putting tires on it, well, you spend over 10% of what you paid for the bike. You do it yourself, $200. It's not nearly the same thing. I aim this channel towards being on a budget. The whole idea of getting old vehicles, and so I thought this would be a good video to kind of point out another way to save money, and something that a lot of people can do on their own. All the torque specs for changing these wheels in this book. It's stuff regular people can do. It's not like taking the engine down to the crankcase, which I've done that, and I'm not a certified mechanic. And I think anybody can do anything if they given enough time and take their time and keep everything real clean. But a lot of people don't want to get in that deep. But anyway, I thought that would be a good video for the day, just explaining how you can save money on a motorcycle, because this is all vehicles, pickups, cars, motorcycles. And like I said, I've owned 42 motorcycles, so I kind of got a little experience with them. I've changed tires on the last several I've had. Anyway, appreciate you watching. If you like the content, subscribe.